problem. How many of you got it? Please, can you raise your hands? How many of you got that problem? The idea was if the user, for example, there are 3 columns A, B, C, and 3 rows 1, 2, 3. And if the user says B3 should be marked as X, then accordingly the program should mark X for example, this is this is B column, third row. So this element I want to be marked X means what should be the program? How many of you got it? Did you try that problem?
Yes, sir.
Did you get the result? Okay, let me show that code to you. I just made that code. So here, this is the matrix which I've already given. Okay, then this position, this is asking the user, where do you want to put the treasure? That means which one you want to mark it. Okay, then so this will be, I assume I'm giving B3. Okay, for example, I run the program. See, it is hiding your treasure at X marks. So enter the position. If I give B3, see B3 is marked. Can you see here? B3 is marked as X. That is what is our code. So how do we get it? That is there in this coding. Just listen carefully here. How do I get it? So this B3 means I have to mark, so 0, 1, 2, 0, 1. So 1, 2, that should be the 1, 2 position. That is the 1, 2 position has to be marked. How do we get the position? So in this position, when I input, if I input here, what I'm inputting? I'm inputting B3. This B3 is a string. Okay. That strings, so B I want. So this B I want first, then I want 3. So this should be, so that B position I want. So B position, how I'm getting, you see here. So first the letter is equal to position of 0. So what will this command give? This position of 0 will give me that B. Okay. Correct, right? So this position of 0 will give me the letter. I'm just, so position 0 will give the letter. I am making it lower because I'm going to compare something. Then number index. So B3 I'm giving, right? 3 I want. How to get the 3? So number of index is equal to int position of 1. So this position of 1 will give me what? Position of 1 will give me the number in B3. Okay. So that is 3, correct? If I enter B3, this position of 1 will give me the number 3. Okay. But for indexing, it should be one less, because in this matrix, it is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So maximum is 2. So if I give 3, if I give B3, I don't have that index, then it will become out of range error. That's why I'm doing that -1. So the number index I got, the letter index also I want, that B is indexed. So I have to compare that. So I'm putting one list ABC which contains ABC. What is this ABC? This ABC is nothing but the column name. A comma B comma C is nothing but the column names. So if I'm putting B3, this B is extracted by this line, B position of 0. That B is extracted. Then that B is compared with the elements of this list. Where it is occurring? 0, 1. Correct? So letter index is equal to ABC index of this letter. What is this letter? I've already extracted here. That is B. So letter index will give me 2. Letter index will give me 1 and number index will give me 2. Okay. So that map number index, letter index, which I've extracted, that has to be marked as X. Okay. Then I'm printing it. Did you understand this logic? Anybody having doubt, please unmute and ask me before we proceed. What we are trying to do is extracting the index of what the user has inputted. If it is B3, what will be the index of B? What will be index of 3? If it is A2, what will be the index of A? What will be the index of 2? First, I am extracting that. Then, using the index, I am changing the element in this map. That's all. The map is nothing but a list of lists. What are the lists? That is there in the first 3 lines. First list, second list, third list. I'm making a map which is a list of these 3 lists. If I want to access this list, then I should put, for example, here, if I want line 2, if I want line 2 and element 2, then I should put map of 1 and element 2 means again 1. So in order to get this 1 and this 1 from B3, how I am doing it is this logic. I'll give you 5 minutes. Those who have not done it, please can you do it and raise your hands, or if you have not done it, try it and do it. So once again, I paste that lines in the chat box. You can readily use it. Final line should be this one. This /n indicates that go to the new line. This is the final line. Okay. Has anybody succeeded at this one? Please raise your hands. Those who have succeeded in this one. If you have not succeeded, I'll give you 5 minutes. Just do the program. The idea is to get the index. The idea is to get this index. See, map of 1 1. That is what is here. You see here, map of 1 1 or whatever it is, whatever the user gives accordingly. B2 means 1 1. A1 means 0 0, like that. So in order to get this number index, that's what this logic is all about. This logic. Try it. I'll give you 5 minutes. Once you complete, you just raise your hand. If you have any doubt, you can type it in the chat box. I'll give you 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes. So now it is 6:20. We will stop at 6:25. Then we'll go to the new topic. This whole exercise is to get the elements of a list using indexing technique. That's all. Once you complete, let me know. Please try that problem and let me, once you complete, let me know. Those who are joined late, we are trying to do the problem. I put the problem in the chat box. I just explained that logic, how it is done. Please try doing it. Once you're done, we will go to the next topic. This entire exercise is to understand how to use indexing and extract some data from a list. Extract data, then change the data, etc., which can be done using the indexing method. So what I will do is I will post this the code in the chat box. When you please go through it and complete it, okay? So that we'll proceed on to the next topic. I hope that is okay because you people are taking time. It's not bad that you're taking time. It is obvious. We are all learning and we are in the beginning stages. It will take some time. This code also just overnight I did not get it. I was practicing. Now also I just copy pasted it from somewhere. I did not build it online. Okay. So you need not worry even if you don't get it, but you try to understand the logic, then implement it. Shall we proceed to the next topic? Shall we proceed to the next topic?
So, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So yesterday, what happened was yesterday we had done one programming where there is a list of name. Okay. Then and we wanted to randomly give the bill to some person in this list. So one student was asking, what if the list is not given, but we are inputting? How to get the input, and from the input randomly select a person. So for that, you please note down the syntax. Yesterday I forgot to tell this. Please, for example, here you want the names. Names equal to input. You are going to input, right? Input, open and close parenthesis, dot, split open close parenthesis. Here you write input. It is just for our enter the names of people. So when you enter the names of people, this will take the input and convert them into a list of people. So I'm just going to print names. So generally they will random, for example, let us see what this is doing. Okay, just I'll run this program. It is asking enter the names of the people. Let me type Ram space Krishna space Sita and say I'm entering. See what is the result? Ram, Krishna, Sita are part of the list. Okay, so this is simply I put space between the names and entered. You can specifically tell people that you have to separate them by comma and space. So if you want to do that, you have to put like this, comma space. So what should be the separator between the names? You have to specify here. Either if you leave it blank here, that means the blank will be separated. If you put one comma space, that means each name should be separated by comma and space. So that you should tell here as an instruction. Enter each name followed by comma and space. You have to tell the user. Now you run the program. It says enter the names of the people. Enter each name followed by comma and space. So here I have to put Ram, comma space, Krishna, comma space, Sita. That's all. Put enter. We will get Ram, Krishna, Sita. From this, you take a random person and allocate the bill. Is that clear? Somebody asked the doubt yesterday. I hope this is clear. The syntax is input. Okay, input. Okay. Open and close parenthesis dot split. Then in this within this parenthesis, you enter the instruction. Enter the names. Here, if you want to put any separators like comma or colon, whatever it is. So accordingly, you have to instruct the user to enter the names. Is that clear? I hope that is clear for all of you. Now we are going into something called as for loop. Okay, we are going into for loop. So what is the use of loop? Yesterday we have seen if condition. Okay, now that is a condition. If a condition is satisfied, it will execute particular something. For example, here, if condition do something. That is what we have seen. If that means this will be only done once. But if I want to do this many times, then I have to put it in a loop. There are two loops available. One is for loop and we have another called as and while loop. Okay, when is for loop used means for loop is used when we want to iterate. Okay, when we want to iterate, for example, there is a list consisting of names. Okay, I just show you. There is a list A, B, C. Okay, apple, banana, chiku. Okay, these are list. Okay, this is fruit list. This is the fruit list. Okay, in this list, I want to iterate through apple, banana, and chiku. Okay, and print something. So I want to, for example, this list, I want to print it apple, next line, banana, next line, chiku. That means I have to go through this list. Okay, So I cannot use if and go through this list. For that I am using the for loop. So for, I can say these are some items. So I can put items. It's not necessary it should be items. It can be any name. It can be element. It can be X. For X in fruit underscore list. Okay. The syntax is you write this for X in fruit underscore list colon. You have to put the colon. Okay, so for X in fruits, it can be, you can write item also, item in fruits. Okay, or items in fruit. What we need to print? What we need to print? Can you tell what we need to print? Somebody unmute and tell what we need to print. What we need to print?
Item.
The item itself, right?
Sir, can you please repeat the question? I didn't understand.
There is a list of fruits, the fruits having the list name is fruits. It is having some fruits name. I want to print the name of the fruits one below the other. That's all. For that, I'm going to loop. I have to go to the fruits list, print the first fruit. Then again go to the list, print the second fruit. Go to the list, print the fruit name until the list is exhausted. That's what we have to do. So here, in order to iterate through this list, I am using this for loop. The syntax is for item, or it can be for X, or it can be for element, whatever it is. In fruits, that means for each element in fruits, what is this fruits list? Print that element. That's all.
Okay,
Just run the program. We will get here apple, banana, chiku. So we are iterating through the list. Okay. We are iterating through the list. We can iterate through a string also. For example, name equal to Krishna. Okay. Name equal to Krishna. For element in, what should be here? Element here. What should be element in? What is that? What should be here?
Name.
Name. So in name, print element means what we will get? K, capital K. Next line R. Next line I. Next line S, H, and A. Like that, one by one we will get. Let's run the program. So here you can see KRISHNA, Krishna. So we can iterate through the string also. What if it's an integer? Now let us iterate to the integer. If we want the elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, what it is saying? See, int object is not iterable. That means you cannot iterate through an integer. You can iterate through a string. You can iterate through a list. You can iterate through a tuple. You can iterate through set. You can iterate through dictionary. But you cannot iterate through an integer. I hope you understand that integer is not iterable. Okay, so that is looping through a list. Okay, now I can loop through a range also. For example, I want to print hello everyone 5 times. How do I do it? For I in range of 5. Okay. Colon should be there. Okay. Enter, print. Hello, everyone. So this I, so this is I means in the range of 0. First is what? First will be what? First number will be what? First number will be what?
Sir, 0.
0. So for I in 0, 0 is there in this range, right? So I is first 0. Okay. In this range, 0 will be here. So it will print. Then again, I will be incremented. It is automatic. You need not increment. It's automatically incrementing. So 5 times hello everyone will be printed. Let us see here. See, hello everyone has printed. So this is looping through a range. Is that clear? Loop in a list, loop in a range. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I give you a question. Okay. You have to please note down the question. You have to calculate the average marks of students. I want to input 5 marks. Okay. Calculate the average marks of five students. You should input 5 marks using for loop. Can you try and do it? I'll give you 5 minutes for that. Try and do it using the for loop. It's not just for loop you have to use. You have to use all the things that you have studied till now. Okay. How to get the input, what will be the nature of the input, how to convert to the number, how to get the average, etc. Can you try it? Please do it and let me know.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
You have to get 5 marks of 5 students and tell the average. That's all. Using for loop. Once you have done it, please raise your hands. Okay. Don't use any chat GPT or AI tools for doing this. Of course, it will give you the program, but it will not help you in your learning process. Okay, so please try it on yourself. Jaidev, can you paste the code in the chat box? There are multiple ways of doing it. You can have your own logic. Don't stick to one particular way of doing it. You can have your own logic and you can do it. You have to break down the problems into small units and try to address it. Don't think somebody has done it one way, I should also do the same way. You can do it your own way. Okay. Nitya Sri Lakshmi, can you post your code? Nitya Sri Lakshmi, can you post your code?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else has completed? So you can see now in the chat box, two students have posted and they have used different logics. Okay. One logic is according to what I taught you today using dot split. Other logic is using dot append, which is a method of list, which I taught you yesterday. So you can use it any way you want. It's just that you have to get the result. This is using, both students have used the for loop and do it. Without using for loop also we can do it in a different way. Okay, but just I'll show you that how to do it without for loop. Marks equal to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then print sum of marks divided by length of marks. So that should be how much? 3, 6, 10, 15. 15 divided by 5, 3. Let us see whether 3 is coming or not. See, 3.0. That's all. So this is one way of doing. Okay, and the students have posted in a different way. Nothing is wrong. As long as we achieve the result, we should be happy, at least in this stage. Later on, code optimization, readability, all those things will come later on. Okay. Any other student is completed can with a different logic can post it in the chat box. I'll give you 2 more minutes, then we'll proceed for the next problem. We'll proceed to the next problem after 2 minutes. Those who, if somebody else has completed with a different logic, please post it in the chat box. Those who have completed can try this task. Adding even numbers in a range. Adding even numbers in a range. I'll put it in the chat box. Adding even numbers in a range. Ask the user for the range. That is the question. Those who are completed can try that. Add even numbers in a range, asking the user for the range. Those who completed the first task, if you have any other logic other than what is posted in the chat, please post it. Those who completed can go to the next one. Adding even numbers in a range. Ask the user for the range. Those who complete the first one, please can you raise your hands? That is getting 5 marks of students and telling the average of that. I want more and more people doing it. You practice it. Practice makes us perfect. You should try it even if you are getting errors, mistakes. Don't worry. That is how I learned. That is how you will learn. That is how everybody will learn. We should get mistakes. In fact, the more number of mistakes, the more strong we will become because we will know what are the bugs and we know how to remove them. So don't think that if I get errors, if you're not able to execute the program, you are not able to do it. It's not like that. First one, others, please Unless otherwise, everyone lift your hand, I cannot proceed further. First problem, getting 5 marks and the average. If you want, you can read in the chat and see the logic and try it yourself. That's all. That's why I'm asking students to post it in the chat box so that you will get an idea how people are thinking and how to build the logic. You will get an idea. One more minute I shall wait, then I will go for further. Anybody wants to tell something?
പിന്നെ అసలు ఒక్కనే
Okay, we shall proceed. Please try. As if you practice much more, then you will get speed also. Now, let us. I want to show you a problem where I'm going to combine the for loop and if loop for you. For example, I have a marks list. Okay, 10. Okay, 19, 10, 5, 8, 40. 7, etc. So I have a list of marks and I want to find out the highest. 1 minute, please be on the line. Just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Here I have a list of marks and I want to find out the highest. So I am going to use the for loop and if loop. So first let me declare the highest mark. Highest underscore mark is equal to 0. Okay. Now I'm going to iterate through this loop. Okay. For item in, or for example, for mark in marks. Okay. If mark is greater than highest underscore mark, what I'm trying to do is I'm taking first mark, comparing with the highest mark. If the element in the list is greater than the highest mark which I already declared, then highest mark equal to mark. Okay. Now, for example, first 19 is coming. First, for mark in marks, first 19 will come. So if 19 is greater than highest mark, then the highest mark will be changed to mark. Okay. Then 10 will come. If 10 comes, now highest mark is 19, right? Highest mark is 19. Now mark 10 is coming. 10 is greater than 19. No. That means it will not execute this line. It will go to the next. Then finally, when it comes out of the loop, put print. What we should print here? What we should print here? What we should print? Highest mark. Just see,
Okay,
I'm
sir.
running the. Just run the program. What some highest mark is not defined. Highest spelling is. Yes. Can you see the highest mark is 40? If you want how it is running, let us go to the one website I told you, right? What is the website? What is the website that I told you? To check whether step by step, do you remember? What is the website?
PythonTutor.com.
Python tutor.
Python tutor. Yeah. So let us take the program. Okay. Visualize execution. Now you see first marks is red. Okay. Next step. See, marks is consisting of 19, 10, 5, 8, 40 and 7. Then it's going to the loop. We already declared highest mark is equal to 0. Can you see highest mark is equal to 0? Marks is this list. Then first element for mark in marks. Mark is 19. That is going to compare with mark and highest mark. Then if that condition is satisfied, now highest mark will become 19. See, highest mark has become 19. Next element it will take. Next element is 10. See, next element mark is 10. It is comparing against 19. If it is greater, then it will change. Otherwise, it will go to the next. See, again, it is gone here without changing. So likewise, it will go to the loop. Then finally come out. See, only when the mark is higher than the earlier mark, it is going to this line here. Otherwise, it will not go to this line at all. Then finally, it is printing in the console 40. I hope you people have understood that. Did you understand? Any doubts, clarifications? Please let me know. In this program, any doubts or clarification?
Sir,
Any
it is
doubts
clear.
Okay. Now I give you a challenge. What is the challenge means? It is called the Fizz Bus game. It is called the Fizz Bus game. Okay. You have to print if the number is, you have to print Fizz if the number is divisible by 3. Print bus if the number is divisible by 5. Print Fizz bus if the number divisible by both 3 and 5. What is the range? Range should be ask the user for the range. Okay, for example, up to what? Up to 100 or up to 15 or up to 20. You can print up to 30 maybe. Okay, range is 30. Assume the range is 30. Means that has to be inputted by the user. Try to do it. I will give you 5 minutes for that.
Sir, can you show us the conditions?
1 minute. 1 minute. I'm just, somebody has texted something. Just I'll just post this in the chat. I will wait till 7:10 for others to complete. Those who completed can go to one more. Those who completed can try to do finding the factorial of a number. Finding the factorial of a number. Those who completed can try find the factorial of a number. I posted in the chat. Okay, find the factorial of a number.
Sir,
Yes,
I have written the code and given the conditions.
for which
But
one?
for the number 15, the bus fees and fees bus.
Okay, you post it in the chat pal. Let me see.
But for the number 15, it is printing as fees, sir.
Then you have to change the logic somewhere.
And I have
See,
given the conditions.
when fizz bus has to be done.
When it is divided by 3 and 5.
So here you are checking if it is divisible by 3 fizz, right?
Yeah.
So 15 is divisible by 3, right?
Yes.
Once that if is executed, else if will not execute at all. That entire thing will not be executed. Are you
Oh,
getting
okay,
my
okay.
point?
So
Yesterday
I
we
have
discussed
to,
this.
yeah, I think
Yesterday we
I have
discussed
to give
this.
the condition first. Okay.
Yes, you have to change the condition. Slightly you have to change it. That's all.
Yes.
I hope people are trying it. Please practice it. Some student has posted in the chat box that is having minor error. You can copy that and change it also. Debug it. When you debug programs, you'll become more expert actually. In fact, first time I written this program, I wrote the same way. Then error came. Then I rectified it. Okay.
Sir, in this code, I have a doubt. Like,
1 minute, pa. One more thing. This Sri Vatsanka, you are every time typing this int of I, int of I, int of I, right? If you take
Yes,
the
sir.
input number equal to int of input, for you need not type int so many times. Your code is correct, but you're typecasting every time. Better you do it in the first itself.
Okay, sir.
Once you do, that is sufficient instead of doing it every time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, somebody wants Sarvesh. What is your doubt?
sir, here the range, is it fixed as 30 or like, because you had
See,
mentioned that.
you can program such that you are asking the user for range. I told example 30.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. So is there any limit that it should be less than 30 or anything, sir?
No. You can give 3000 also. That many times it will be going to print. Why you want to print that? We are going to practice. That's all right. If you do it up to 15 also, that is fine.
Okay, sir.
Jaydev, can you post it on the chat? This is factorial, huh? Okay. Srivatsanka, you can try for printing the prime numbers in a range. Printing prime numbers in the range.
Okay, sir.
This FizzBuzz, everybody has got it? Please raise your hand, those who got FizzBuzz. Did you get it, everybody? FizzBuzz, has everybody got it? Please raise your hands so that we can proceed to the next problem. FizzBuzz question. FizzBuzz question.
So just 2 minutes almost.
Others, are you finding it difficult? You please tell me where you're finding it difficult. I will try to explain. Because others are doing. If you want, if you have any clarification, if you want me to explain something once again, please let me know. Then only I can help you out. You should not feel that you are left behind. You should also come up to the others' levels. Others, are you able to do it? Please tell me. Please let me know. You should raise your hands for at least one problem.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, what is the doubt?
Sir, actually, the FizzBuzz question, it's running, but when we give a range, for example, 5, like it is like taking 0 and showing fizz and like it is starting from 0 and
Put your code in the chat. Let me.
yes, sir.
See, I is 0. 0 divided by 3 is how much?
0 only.
For that it is printing. So your range should be 1, comma the number plus 1, because we have to up to 15 if you want to check. Let us and also here you have to put, let us see if I run this, see what is happening. I'm putting 15. See, 1, 2 fizz, 4 buzz, then again 6 is fizz. That's and all correct. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 is wrong. 15 should be fizz buzz. That is because you are checking this finally. This has to be checked first. The same mistake somebody else also did. Is it clear? So your range should start from 1 and the range should end plus 1, because we have to include that last number also. I hope people have done like that. Mithali, did you do like that? Jayadev, did you do like that?
Yes, sir.
It should be plus 1 because we have to include that number also. Plus 1 should be there.
Yes.
Okay. Shall we go to the next problem? Please, people try. Please debug. Whenever some student is putting this, you try to debug instead of me alone trying. You can also debug. So you become much better programmer. Shall we go to the next topic? Others? Vijayendra, are you able to do it? Vijayendra? Is Vijayendra available here? Can Vijayendra unmute and speak? Harshita?
I'm trying, sir.
Okay, Harshita? Navya, are you able to do it? That Fizzbuzz problem?
Sir.
Those who complete it, can you post it in the chat box so that I quickly explain? Then I will go to the next one. Those who completed, Mithali, can you put it in the chat box? Or Jaidev, can you put it in the chat box?
Which question, sir?
That Fizzbuzz.
Yes, sir.
So no, those who have not got it, please see the screen. Very simple program. First, you have to, the program has to take the user input, enter a number. It's not enter a number between 1 to 30. You should say enter the last number. Because I want 30 or 300 or whatever it is. Okay. Then for number in range, so you have to put plus 1 so that that last number is also included. So in this problem, you have to check for both the conditions. If 3, it is divisible by 3 and 5. This should be the first one. Because if you take 15 and if you just check if number divisible by 3, it will execute it and all this code will not be executed. So first you check for both. And here not by 5 is not required, I think so. I don't think so. This is required here. No harm because it is, you can remove this part. I think it will work. And this part also not required. Let me run and see. So if the number is divisible by 3, print fizz. If the number is divisible by 5, buzz. if the number is divisible by both 3 and 5. Either you can put ampersand here or you can type it as and. That is also fine. Now you run the program, enter the last number 15, enter. So you can see what happened. No. Sorry. Who's this? Who has given this Fizzbuzz problem? I think it's not running accordingly. Mithali,
Sir,
it's not running
sir,
properly.
I'll check it once more.
Jaydev, it should print 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, like that. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Sir, the one I sent now is the corrected one.
It's working, huh? So here on the range, both the checking, then check for only one, check for I, else print I. So if it is 1, none of the condition is satisfied, so it will print 1. If it is 2, none of the condition is satisfied, so it will print 2. If it is 3, this is not satisfied, this is satisfied, so it will print buzz and come out. Then go to the 4, like that. So as I told you, you need not type int everywhere. Just put int here. Just put int here. That is sufficient. This many typing is not required. So let us print for 5. Okay, 15. So it is asking the range. So up to 15. Enter. See here. See 15 was not printed. That is because in the range he has not given +1. So here you have to go to the range. Here you make it as +1. Now 15 will be this. I have to remove 15. Enter. No. See, the 0 also is included. I think you are making mistake. Please correct this one. This should be 1, comma. This is wrong. This is bus. This is fizz. You corrected the code, but not the printing. This will work now. Oh. See the corrected code. Here is the corrected code. So 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, 7, 8, fizz, buzz, 11, fizz, 13, 14, fizz, buzz. I hope you understood. Anybody is having, just go through the code once again. First, we are taking the number because it is a string. We are typecasting it as an integer. And we are starting the range from 1 and going up to number +1 because we want to include the number which is given by the user also. Then we are checking for both the conditions 3 and 5. Then if this is satisfied, none of this will be satisfied. If this is satisfied, go. If this is not satisfied, go here. Then if this is satisfied, fizz will be printed. None of this will be printed. Similarly, this one, if this condition is satisfied, this will print and none of this will be printed. If none of this are satisfied, then it will print the number. That's all. Any doubts, clarification? I'll just post that code. You can review it later. Okay, before we conclude, last 10 minutes. I'll just take 10 minutes to explain a problem. Then you can try it on your own. Okay. This is an assignment for tomorrow. Okay. Please listen. All of you, please listen carefully. Yesterday we are seeing import random, right? Import random. Did you hear what I told last part? Please unmute and speak what I spoke last. Did you hear? Because I thought internet gone. Did you see everything which I showed you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Now import random we have seen yesterday. Okay. Now there is a list. Okay. Names or numbers. Okay. Numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that I want a random number. So what we did is random underscore. Okay. R underscore number equal to random dot rand int, and I've given a range. What is the range? 0 to 0 to 4. Okay. Then print number r underscore num. What this will do? Can you tell me? What can somebody unmute and speak? What this will do?
So it will pick a
So
random
from
number.
the given list, it prints the random numbers.
Okay. I'll just execute this and let us see. It generated a random number 3. So 0, 1, 2,
Generate
3.
the index of the name.
No, it will not generate the index. For getting the index, I am
The
generating a
value of
random
the
number.
index.
The random number I'm generating, and for that number that will act as an index. For that index, what is the number in the list that is getting printed? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? Instead of all these things, I can say print. I can use print random dot choice of number. Can you see this code? Random dot choice open bracket number. That means in this number list, randomly you pick one number. That's all. Just see, it picked 2 first time. Can you see here? 2, then 3, then 1, then 4, then 4, then 4, 3, 1, etc. Did you understand this logic? Using random dot choice. Okay. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see one more thing. I make a note of this. Okay. I just post it just to make a note of this. I'm just posting it. I'm running short of time. That's why. Now, one more thing. Now I'm showing random dot sh shuffle number. Print number. Here also I'll give print number. See what it is doing. Please see what it is doing. Random dot shuffle of number. This list I'm going to do a shuffle. Please see what it's doing. My list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It shuffled to 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. Again, I'm just pressing it once again. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my original list. It shuffled the list. Did you understand? Did you understand this part?
Yes, sir.
Now I give you a challenge. Now I'm going to give you a challenge. Yes? Somebody want to tell something? Okay, please listen carefully here. I'm going to give the challenge for you. Okay. There are 3 lists: letters, numbers, symbols. We are going to do a program for password generation. Password generation. Condition is ask the user how many letters. Ask the user how many numbers. Ask the user how many symbols. Finally, 2 things you have to do. Finally, assume 2, 2, 2. Finally, we should have AC 2, 3, 4 hash exclamation. This is 1. So assume the user told 2 letters, 2 numbers, 2 symbols. Then finally it should give 2 letters, 2 numbers, 2 symbols. This is one task. This is task 1. Then task 2. If he enters 2 numbers, 2 letters, 2 symbols, we should get finally A hash hyphen, 3 C 4 exclamation. Any order. This can be anything. Means jumbled up thing. So only thing, if I say 2 letters, 2 numbers, 2 symbols, it should give a password of 6 characters jumbled up. This is one form. This is another form. So I have given you lists. See here in this list, I'm having A, B, C, D up to Z lowercase and A, B, C, D up to Z uppercase. Then numerals 1 to 9. Then symbols generally used by websites. So this you try it and complete it by tomorrow's class. Any doubts, clarification? I have given the 3 lists in this and I will tell you the condition also. It should ask the user how many letters, how many numbers and how many symbols and give the password. In the chat box, I put it. Is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Please make a note of that. And once you make a note of the lists and the conditions, you can leave the meeting.
Sir, I have one doubt.